Hello and welcome back to ZRZ. It's been a long while, but I am back. And if you have been subscribed from all those years ago, thanks for sticking around, and some regular uploads will be back on this ZRZ channel. So it's good to be back, but I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get into this. This is the Dualsense Edge, and this is a Pro controller with a bunch more features. Now, I got it a day late, even though it's pre-ordered directly from PlayStation, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But I've got my hands on it here now. I want to unbox it, give my first impressions, and kind of lightly compare it against some of the controllers I've been using over the last few months, like the one over there with paddle buttons on the back. And let's see how they sort of compare, because this is a £209 controller. So let's see if you really get what you pay for. So having a quick look around the box, you can see right here, Dualsense Edge controller. On the back, we've got some of the features on there and a little sort of breakdown of the controller itself. You can see the paddles on the back are detachable. You've got the removable thumbstick modules and removable caps as well, so you can adjust the heights and things like that. You can kind of see the trigger stops at the back there. So mappable buttons, function keys as well. So quite a lot of features here you can see. So let's just slice this open. So far, similar sort of box to the standard DualSense. It is a bit heftier, a bit heavier. So we expect to see a bit more inside. So opening the box, we can see here, we have a wrapped up carrying case. That's probably where most of the items are inside. It looks like in here we just have some instruction manuals. And there we have it. Really nice looking carrying case actually. It's a hard case, which is not what I expected. I expected it to be a slightly more softer sort of fabric style case, but it's sort of a hard plastic. As you can see, white with the PlayStation logo. Nice looking zip up case. So, open this up. Reveals the controller and some of the accessories inside. That looks amazing. We've got some protective foam here. Let's move that out of the way. And there we have it. The DualSense Edge controller itself feels really good in the hand, to be honest. Exactly the same as the standard DualSense in terms of the shape and feel in the hand. And to be honest, the weight as well. It doesn't really feel any heavier, which I expected. But all the buttons feel more or less the same so far. But let's take a look at everything else before we get into this deeper. So here we have this style of paddles, which looks like will wrap around the sort of side grips of the controller. And then we have the half moon shape right here as well. Right here at the bottom, we have actually the locking mechanism for the charging cable. So this is clip into the controller and give you that really secure connection, so your charging cable is not going to get pulled off, damage your port or anything like that. You can have a secure connection. And right here at the bottom, we also have some interchangeable analog stick caps. So it looks like they're different lengths. We've got taller ones, shorter ones. I love that they've actually added taller domed sticks. These are perfect for like FPS shooters and things like that. And finally at the top, we've got a USB-C cable, USB-A to USB-C. And this is where you can attach that locking tab to secure it in. Nice braided, good quality looking cable. So that's everything that comes inside. Nice carrying case. You can carry everything, all the accessories you need inside here. So let's take a closer look at the controller itself. So taking a closer look at the DualSense Edge controller, side by side with a standard DualSense PS5 controller, we can see basically the same design and shape, but we do have glossy accents, glossy black buttons, and a black touchpad as well, which I prefer the way this looks a lot more than the standard DualSense. But I'm not sure if we're just kind of used to the way this looks, but this just looks a lot nicer with the contrasting buttons. So here at the back, we can see a lot more changes in the design of the controller. So at the top, we've got the USB-C port with those holes there for the locking USB-C connector to go into. So slightly redesigned there. I'm loving the way these triggers look. We've got some X, circle, square, triangle logos on the triggers, which has a lot more grip than the standard triggers. You can really feel that grip that adds. That feels amazing. We got the adjustable trigger stops here, so that adjusts the travel. I did expect the travel to be a little bit less on the lowest setting, but still really cool that they've added this adjustability. Here we can insert the paddles or the half moon back buttons. So you can just insert them there. It's pretty cool that they're removable. Below that in the middle, we've got a release tab that will release the front plate. So assuming to access the removable stick modules. And then we have our function keys. Now I've seen that you can use these for, quick access to some settings like changing your game volume, chat volume, microphone volume, things like that really easily whilst you're mid-game. But we'll have to see what other functions they can serve. So let's get some of the paddle buttons on the back here. It seems like quite a simple installation. You just put it in at an angle, you kind of feel the magnetized clip, and that's it. They're in place. They're not really going anywhere, but obviously they do move outward like this, so you can easily pull them out. So that's the sort of installation and removal process. I think they've made that quite easy. We'll have to see how that holds up, if it's not going to wear out or they start falling out over time. But so far it feels solid. Now with these paddle style back buttons installed, very comfortable, very nice and ergonomic. The click is not quite as tactile as I would have thought. It's quite a soft click, but it feels very responsive and you can really rapidly press them. But let's try out the half moons. So let's swap these out. Lift up, pull up. Getting these half moons in, that was really easy. I find seems like maybe the half moons are easier to install, but that goes in really nice and they look really cool actually. It's quite a unique paddle design. And that, yeah, the click on them, I think because they're a shorter, less leverage style design, yeah, I think these half moons might be the better choice, especially for that more tactile feel. So taking a quick look at the removable analog caps, seems like just a simple pull off, and it seems to just clip on here with those tabs. Let's pop on the taller dome shape stick, push on, nice satisfying click there. That feels solid and that's amazing. Look at that, domed, taller, perfect for shooters to give you that extra bit of accuracy. That's amazing, really simple. I'm quite liking that so far. And the big question for me really is whether this is going to be worth the price point, especially because I've been using some sort of pro paddled controllers like this one, which starts off at about £100, £99, which is a lot more affordable. And this has 4 paddle buttons on the back, really nice placement, great fitment in the hand. And this has worked really well for me recently. And they've actually come out with a similar looking controller to the DualSense Edge. As you can see right here, this is from ClutchControllers. This is sort of their Ultra 4 paddle controller. Again, 4 paddles on the back, really nice clicks on these, so quite tactile. I would say more tactile than the paddle attachments on the DualSense Edge. Glossy black accents, glossy black buttons, black touchpad, and also instant triggers on the back. Now this is a much more sort of tactile feel and a much shorter travel than the DualSense Edge, even on its shortest setting. So I've been really enjoying this controller as well that they've recently come out with, sort of to compare with the DualSense Edge, and this is just over £100 as well. So is it really worth it going for the DualSense Edge or something like this? More features, more affordable. We'll have to see with my review coming out soon. So that's a quick unboxing and first impressions of the DualSense Edge. I really like the way it looks and feels so far, but like I said, I want to do a thorough test of it and sort of compare and answer that question and see whether it's worth the price point for these extra features or to just stick with a more affordable paddled pro controller like the ClutchControllers that I was showing you. So a more in-depth sort of comparison with that and a review of the controller coming soon. Stay tuned for that. And next I also want to open up the controller, dissect it and see what's going on inside. And I'm curious about the battery and sort of how they put this together. So stay tuned for that coming up next. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.